You're in a gloomy, foul-smelling room filled with instruments of torture and death. The platform makes it easier to reach prisoners hanging from the ceiling. There are loops set into the rocks in order to attach foot chains. You open the lock on the chains easily. It seems your foe has underestimated you once again. It does seem odd, though, that he didn't bother to remove your backpack. The heavily barred and reinforced door leads out to one of the castle's stairways. It's a heavy iron hammer. You pick up the heavy hammer and store it in your pack. It's a stout stake of the oaken variety. You take the wooden stake and stake its claim in your pack. You hear the sound of voices on the other side of the door. It's barred on the other side, but you can see and hear the two guards through a peephole in the door.
What's going on in there? The master didn't say nothing about guarding no prisoner.
It's the Ataby guy's orders. So what? He gives us something to do.
I don't likes it. I think Ataby's guy's trying to pull a fast one on the master. She's not gonna like this.
You wants to go down there and tell her?
No way.
Then shut up!
The Borgovs were notoriously sloppy housekeepers. It's a huge saw, ideal for sectioning trees or prisoners. The iron bars at the back of the room block off a cell. It's unoccupied for now. There is something large under the water that is either lonely or hungry. You don't want to find out which. It's definitely a skeleton, make no bones about it. It's a head-sized chopping block. It wouldn't make a good fighting axe, it's just balanced for executions. It's not clear whether the cages are designed to hold prisoners or hungry monsters. Maybe both are put in at the same time. It's an Iron Maiden, a popular torture and murder device. The inside bristles with sharp iron spikes. Unlike most things here, it is shiny and has no rust forming upon it. Now that you look closely, there does seem to be something a bit odd about the design of the Iron Maiden. You take a deep breath and step inside. You're in a lady's richly decorated bedroom. The coffin, where there should be a bed, seems a bit out of place, but there's no accounting for tastes. Sculptures are so realistic they almost seem alive and hungry. In contrast to the lushness of the other furnishings in this room, the plain desk and chair are obviously functional and frequently used. Only shards remain of the mirror. It appears to have been shattered by a single violent blow. Judging from the size of these pots, Katrina must really earn a lot. Where a bed would normally be is a closed coffin. It is an ornate affair, apparently custom designed for someone who expected to be in and out of it frequently. Top of this ornamental shield is shaped like a bat on the wing. She won't duck away this time. You decide to perform an anatomical survey to prove once and for all whether or not Katrina is in fact a vampire. Squeezing the cold but soft flesh, You have no choice but to conclude that she really is undead. Whoops! Suddenly you find yourself totally unable to move.
You! What are you... How dare you! Try to kill me, will you? How dare you! You break into my home, steal away my child, kill my servant, Toby, and then return to kill me? After I befriended you and helped you, some hero you are. I should leave you here to rot. I should let the rats gnaw your bones while you hang there. Give me one reason, one excuse why I should not leave you here to die. Tell me you love me and then try to put a stake in my heart, no doubt. Don't you dare say those words to me, after all you have done to hurt me so far. The truth, now, or I will make certain you regret lying to me. Why did you come here? It came to me many years ago to learn from the one called the Dark Master. What he did not know was the Dark Master was a woman. He was quite appalled by the fact. He challenged me to a magical duel and lost. I made him my servant for 50 years, until I grew bored with him and turned him loose. But I had bitten him, and he knew that on his death he would rise again as a vampire under my command. He has served me since the night you defeated him. He hates me, and he is waiting for the opportunity to drive a stake through my heart. But he cannot harm me unless I harm him first. So why did you attempt to destroy me instead of your old enemy, Adavis? Do you fear me that much? I want you to know what it is like to be helpless. I want you to feel what it is like to know your enemy has a weapon and you can't do anything to stop them from killing you. I want you to know what it is like to be trapped away, never again to see the sunlight. Then perhaps you will understand why I have done what I have done. Then maybe you will realize why I needed someone who could walk openly in the daylight, could talk and make friends with people. Why I wanted your help. I am a vampire, yes. I am a powerful magic user as well. I am also a woman. I was attracted to you. I have never met anyone like you. I trusted you. Then you destroy the child I loved and break into my home to destroy me. How could you? Why? I summoned you here to Mordavia. Adavis told me how you defeated him, and I needed someone resourceful and powerful. The summoning spell was interrupted by the magic from the Dark One's cave, and you appeared there. I opened the cave mouth and hoped you could find your way out. I tried to make you think that I was a real woman, someone to talk to and be your friend. You don't know how long it has been since I have had a real friend. I wanted your help. That is why you are here. Now you only need to know what I want you to do. You will help me. No matter what, you will do what I want. Does that satisfy your curiosity? Then why don't you satisfy mine? What were you trying to prove by opening my coffin?
Try to explain what you're doing in Katrina's bedroom.
Trying to find an exit from the dungeon? Just couldn't pass up a chance to look at the helpless vampire, could you? Funny place to look for an escape route, wasn't it? I have decided that I still have a use for you. Alive. If you help me, you may still manage to leave Mordavia without my mark upon upon you. I want you to seek out the 5 missing Dark One rituals and return to the castle. Together we will summon the Dark One and bring eternal night to this land. You will help me, won't you? Or must I take more drastic measures to assure your obedience?
You tell Katrina that you'll do anything at all, if she'll just let you go and not rip your throat out.
Very well. But because I can never completely trust you, I will make certain you carry out my bidding. By my will, I guias thee. Thou shalt seek the heart ritual of the Dark One. Thou shalt seek the blood ritual of the Dark One. Thou shalt seek the breath ritual of the Dark One. Thou shalt seek the bone ritual of the Dark One. Thou shalt seek the sense ritual of the Dark One. Return with these rituals ere 3 nights pass, lest ye suffer. Thus is your guess. So go and return with the rituals soon. I would not want you to suffer after all. What a good boy you are. You would never do anything to hurt me, would you? Unlike some others I could name. So, you have returned with the rituals. Good. Very good. We will journey at once to the Dark One's cave. Soon it will be forever night and I shall never be at anyone's mercy again. Ya Avuzel, hear me, great Dark One. Open thy mouth that we may enter. Open thy mouth that will swallow us all. Open thy mouth of darkness, Ya Avuzel.
We will be watching you, so do not even think of trying to betray us.
The last ritual remains with the High Priest. You will need to take it before you begin the other rituals. Please, be careful.
Yes, we would hate for anything unpleasant to happen to you.
Enter now, and good luck.
As awful as it now appears, something about the creature's shape suggests that it was once as human as you. Something truly terrible must have occurred to change it to its current shape. The horrible being seems to be asleep. You pick up the book and read it. It is the diary of the last boyar. It seems that the thing in the pit was the last boyar. Being a servant of the Dark One didn't do much for his looks or disposition. On the last page is the thing you have been searching for, the Ritual of Essence. Now you have all the rituals, and the summoning of the Dark One can begin. The book crumbles into dust in your hands moments after you memorize the final ritual. This does not seem to be the best place to do that. You put the torch back in the sconce. You press the Dark One sign against the top of the altar. The sand swirls and shifts to form a mirror image of the sign. The Dark One sign dissolves into the sand, its purpose fulfilled at last. You unroll the scroll containing the bone ritual. The words are visible at last, and you begin to perform the ritual. Ya Avuzel, Dark One, come! I stand among your massive bones. Let your skeleton once more be filled with your presence. The rocks of the cave creak and groan around you, as if forced to bear some massive weight. Ya Avuzel, take shape once more in this place that is your home. Stand again among us. The bones near the altar start to sway and move, as if a massive wind was blowing change through the cavern. Ya Avuzel, Dark One, come. As you complete the ritual, the scroll turns to dust in your hands. Suddenly you realize that the nearest bones have formed into a cage and are closing around you. You are in a large cave. You take the torch. You force the sphincter open with your dagger and pass through. You are in an eerie cave that appears to have been formed by red lava. It's a long way down to the pits between the narrow passageways. The rough stone altar is covered with dark stains as of blood long since dried to powder. Feel a creepy, uneasy sensation whenever you pass near it. You unroll the scroll containing the blood ritual. Words are visible at last, and you begin to perform the ritual. Yeah, a Woozle, bringer of blood. I bring fresh blood to fill your veins. Following the scroll's instructions, you prick your finger and let a few drops of blood drip into the altar bowl. They seem to sizzle and roil within the black bowl. Yeah, a Woozle! Let this chamber fill with your fiery blood once more. Drops of thick acid liquid begin to form and drip from the altar into the bowl. Yeah, a Woozle, bringer of blood! The dark liquid oozes forth from openings throughout the chamber and begins to fill the channels below. The blood hisses and sizzles as it flows. The scroll falls from your hands into the altar bowl, where it is instantly consumed by the acid. A thick, putrescent liquid now oozes and flows through the cave. It looks highly corrosive and in general like something you'd best avoid. You move as close as you can get to the island, then try a death-defying acrobatic leap towards it. The stone has been formed into a number of strange globes in this part of the cave. A stone image of a huge unearthly creature with tentacles has been carved out of the rock on the left side. You unroll the scroll containing the breath ritual. The words are visible at last, and you begin to read the ritual. Yeah, a Woozle of the breath of night! I shall come to draw forth your breath in the song of shadows. On the most right horn shall I begin thy song. The shadows of darkness gather. Yeah, a Woozle. Then shall I play on the leftmost of three. The wind shall come forth among the shadows. I shall bring breath again unto thy centre. The wind of darkness blows all before it. Yeah, a Woozle of the breath of night. I shall sound the final note on high. The shadows of darkness shall rise again. You sense an awakening and a waiting within the altar, as if it is alive and expecting something more. You take a deep breath, then blow hard into the hollow tentacle. You take a deep breath, then blow hard into the hollow tentacle. You take a deep breath, then blow hard into the hollow tentacle. You take a deep breath, then blow hard into the hollow tentacle. It's another valve or sphincter, much like the one through which you entered. You feel totally numb. Can't see anything, feel anything, hear anything, taste anything, or even smell anything. Is this totally senseless? Wait. You just felt something, hard and round with some spiky bits sticking out. Your sense of touch has returned. Wow, did something just die in here? Your sense of smell has just returned with a vengeance. You kind of wish it hadn't. You hear a loud, almost explosive pounding and something like rushing water. After a moment you realize that you're hearing the sounds of your own heartbeat and of the blood pulsing through your veins. You stand still for a second until the sounds subside to a dull throb. You can hear again. Blinding glare assaults your vision, and you nearly fall from the path. It's as if you're staring directly at the sun. After a bit you still see stars. Now at last you can see the cave you're in. Ahead of you lies the altar. You begin to read the sense ritual before the altar. Ya Avuzel! Dark calls unto darkness. Reach out thy tentacles to feel life again. Let the sense of this world permeate thy smell. Ya Avuzel! The sounds of our world are loud in thine ears, to do with what thou will. Let the light and shadow of this world enter thy sight. Let thine own shadow of darkness cover the world without the need of light. Ya Avuzel! Dark calls unto darkness. As you complete the ritual, the scroll turns to dust in your hands. You hear a crackling noise and see flashes of lightning from the dendrites as the smell of ozone permeates the air. This is not a good... That didn't do anything useful. You unroll the scroll containing the heart ritual. The words are visible at last, and you begin to perform the ritual. Ya Avuzel, master of darkness, your servant stands now before your heart of darkness. Let your heart pulsate again with power and life. You feel a heavy throbbing sensation from your own heart, as if some force is trying to rip it free from your chest. Ya Avuzel, Let the heart of darkness force the black blood through your veins. The pressure on your chest relaxes as the stone heart begins to pulse and throb with unearthly energy. Ya, Avuzel, master of darkness. As you complete the ritual, the scroll turns to dust in your hands. The rumbling noise grows louder as a passage opening appears in the ceiling above the heart altar.
Very good. You have succeeded where many have failed. Begin the final ritual. Soon the darkness will return to this land, and I will never lie helpless in my coffin again. Summon Avuzel and free the shadows of darkness.
Enough talk! Let's get this over with.
I do believe you are jealous. Is that because this hero stopped you from summoning Iblis so long ago? You resent the fact that I triumphed while you failed, don't you?
I only wish to begin your moment of triumph, my dear Dark Master.
Very well. Let the final ritual begin.
You begin to recite the final ritual. Ya, Avuzel, we summon thee. Cold chill fills you, and you feel as if your blood was being sucked from your veins. Still you continue. O great Dark One, enter the world of light. You feel as if your feet were slowly and painfully dissolving into the floor as if by acid. Somehow you continue the essence ritual. O shadows of darkness, enter the land of the living. Your arms feel as if they were frozen, locked forever holding this paper. You continue to speak because you have no other choice. O Master of the Forever Night, return to your own body and live again. Your head aches, and it's getting incredibly difficult to concentrate. You can barely intone the last words of the ritual. Ya, Avuzel, we summon thee.
Yes! Yes! The spell is completed, and Avuzel awakens. Darkness will fill the land, and we will never flee the sunshine again. No! How dare you!
Ah, you have just shattered the bonds which bound me. Now we shall see who is the true Dark Master.
I am still a far greater master of magic than you. I am a far more powerful vampire than you. Do you really think your spells can harm me? Guess again.
But my dear Katrina, I do not need to cast spells at you to destroy you. I intend only to destroy my enemy, the one you seem so fond of. Can you let him die?
No! I will not let him die!
The fool! I knew that Avuzel would be attracted by that spell. Now Katrina will have all the darkness she so desired, and much, much more. Ah, the first part of my vengeance is complete. Now I can enjoy fully watching you die slowly, painfully.
The tendrils you clutch so desperately are starting to slip through your numb fingers. You cannot hold on much longer. Still, there is a fire burning inside you as you realize that Katrina truly cared for you. You know that you must stop Adavis once more and forever, and prevent the Dark One from fully entering this world.
There's no no place you can run to, and no place for you to hide. Soon there won't even be a place to stand upon. Getting worried, great hero?
The staff has changed in your hands into a sharp wooden stake.
Cute toy, but you'll never get close enough to hurt me with it. My spells will destroy you utterly should you be so foolish as to try.
You tell the ultimate joke about the wizard and the farmer's daughter. That's a killer.
You think to delay your demise by telling stupid jokes? That wasn't even funny.
Despite his protestations, Adavis begins to laugh. In a few moments he's doubled over, still laughing uncontrollably. Now's your chance! A voice forms in the air around you, seemingly coming from your glowing staff. It is time for you to fulfill my final destiny. You must use me to release my mistress from her imprisonment. You touch the staff of Erana to the crystal.
Thank you. You have freed me from my long imprisonment and this land from its own danger. I have driven Avuzel back to its own dimension, and I shall make certain it can never return. The darkness is banished forever from Mordavia because of you. My spirit is released, and I am no longer trapped by the Dark One. Thank you. I can hold this image no longer. Farewell.
Two weeks pass from the final encounter in the Dark One's cave. Your friends and acquaintances in Mordavia hold a party in your honor at Castle Borgov.
So even as we speak, the swamp is drying up. Soon the pass will open, and we may trade with the outside world. NAFTA, because we have to. We can finally sell our produce to others.
Yeah, we'll export garlic to all parts of the world. Everybody will be stinky.
We can even import an elephant or two, just for old time's sake.
The king has sent word that I shall be the newly appointed boyar. Castle Borgov will again protect and guard Mordavia.
He could not have chosen a worthier person for the role. And I mean that sincerely.
We have gathered here to thank this hero. He has driven away the shadows of darkness from this land. Mordavia will again be the peaceful, beautiful land of our forefathers.
The people fill the room with their cheers.
He returned Tanya to us. For that, we shall be forever grateful.
He proved that dreams can be real if you work to make them so.
He brought me back to my mommy and daddy, and you know what? They weren't even mad at me.
Everyone again gives a cheer of happiness.
Igor be in grave if not for hero friend. Instead of redhead, Igor be deadhead. Little graveyard humor there.
I would have been burned at the stake only because I am a gypsy, if this hero had not befriended me.
That's because some people whose names I won't mention, but you know who you are, spread nasty rumors that gypsies were werewolves. How foolish to believe such things.
There are many here who owe their lives and happiness to this hero. In a land with a history of great heroes like Pyotr and Erana, he is one of the greatest.
Again, the hall is filled with cheers of excitement. You suddenly hear a familiar pair of voices.
There, that's it. I believe this crystal ball is finally working. Do you see anything, Fenris?
Yeah, I see him. He's with a bunch of people. It's either a reward ceremony or a lynch mob.
What? Let me see. Well, it's a reward ceremony, of course. He's probably done some great deed, as usual.
So now what?
Well, seeing that his adventure in Mordavia is obviously over, we bring him here to Silmaria, of course.
Suppose he doesn't want to come here.
Ah, you forget. He is a hero. Silmaria needs a hero right now. Everyone knows a hero has to go where a hero has to go.
Let's hope he knows that. Just make sure you use the right spell to teleport him. The last time you tried this, you brought the clothes and left the person behind.
This time, for sure.
If you have not already done so, we encourage you to play Shadows of Darkness again with the other character types. Many of the puzzles are different or have alternate solutions. In the meantime, you are already a winner. Please insert a writable disk in your floppy drive to save your winning hero for use in later Quest for Glory games. The Save character file has been created. Save this disk for use with later Quest for Glory games from Sierra Online. Thank you for playing Quest for Glory, Shadows of Darkness. And congratulations again on winning. We hope to see you again in a future Quest for Glory.